it's been percolating on the international runways. We see it. I mean, we call it. I mean, this is dressy denim. Elevated denim, as we call it in the fashion business.
It's not the Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake type denim.
Well, that was widely mocked at the time, the double denim. But well, I mean, it is head to toe denim looks, and it's certainly. I mean, at the magazine. I mean, I'm looking at the international trends every season, and it's become bigger and bigger. And you go into the department store floors, and you'll see it amongst all the designers. So yeah, but there was a lot of it this season, and it's interesting. And look, there's some data there in terms of, I mean, it was coming back in, the casualisation of the workforce. But after COVID, it's estimated that more than half of globally consumers can wear their jeans to the office.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there. So there were a lot of, this is Injury, and they pulled together a very sort of a fantastic show. It's always got an AI, NFT element, but lots of grunge, lots of denim. We had, Albus Lumen did a bit of a turnaround and opened the week with. They're normally known for their very, quiet luxury minimalist looks, but they opened the week with this very grungy dystopian sort of, which was on trend internationally. Rory William Doherty, the Kiwi designer we talked about last time, he also had denim in his range. I mean, many other brands, and a lot of upcycled denim as well.
Okay, right.
Patty, these segments terrify me because I am so far out of my depth. I know nothing about it. I spent a long time last night going down a rabbit hole looking at all these different things. But I do want to ask, how important are these shows to brands? Like, why do they go to all the trouble and expense of putting them on, particularly now when presumably profit margins are pretty tight?
Cost of living crisis, cost of doing business prices. Look, that's a really good question, and the answer is it's an opportunity to be now a global fashion star for 15, 20 minutes of your show. You've got the attention of the audience. Everyone's on social media, although one young brand, All Is a Gentle Spring, actually banned phones from which would reduce their coverage. They're being live streamed, so you've got international buyers here that are flown down. You've got international buyers that are looking for it. So it's a really great opportunity to do a brand statement. And look, yes, there were actually less shows on this schedule than there were last year. But what is really interesting, I mean, we had big brands like Carla Zampatti making a return. Pandora, the world's largest fashion jewellery brand, which was a presenting partner. I mean, they closed the week with this incredible show that was really on a scale that you normally see in Paris and Milan and New York. So, I mean, really incredible production values. But at the other end, you've got these emerging names, and these are sort of tiny brands that have a very unique audience, like Nickel and Ford, Wacky Jew, which is designed by a designer in Memel called Jackie Wu. And I mean, they have emerged. They've now done several shows at Australian Fashion Week, and they have emerged as these incredible storytellers. Here's Nickel and Ford. Now, this was inspired by Rosalind Norton, who was known as the Witch of King's Cross. Now, I mean, there was a very underground element to it because they sort of are of the underground. I mean, that's their sort of audience there. But it also had some very sort of wearable red carpet looks. So they'd kind of stepped up. But it was just mesmerising, and it got the first full standing ovation of the week. And it was just so. I mean, the opportunities to present a theatrical production. The other one was Wacky Jew, which was inspired by the Wan Ming Wan Palace, ruined palace, which is 15 minutes outside of, or it's called Wan Min Mung Park now. It was destroyed in 1860 by the British and French troops. And it was, I mean, here's the sort of finale where this model walked down, and look, this is how I haven't actually captured the moment where 8 men rush from the front row and basically pull down all of this sheepskin to leave her standing there in this eve. And it's like, I've been in a show where you've had animal rights protesters, usually it's one, jump up, and it's quite terrifying. And no one knew what on earth was going on, and there they were sort of, I mean, perhaps it was a comment on the sort of the rape and pillage that the invaders did in China, but really spellbinding production. And it was also, I mean, her collection was also much more elevated than last time.
Yeah. I wonder, though, just on this point of runways, because I love watching them, and some of them are just spectacular, major productions, as you say. Do they ever take away from the actual fashion?
the spectacle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you talk to the buyers who basically are buying the clothes from showrooms usually, and a lot of them are buying from online showrooms. But look, it's an opportunity to make a brand statement and sort of tell a story about your brand. So, I mean, you're definitely looking at the clothes, but I mean, otherwise it's just models up and down the runway, and so it adds an element to it. Yeah.